3, 2, 1!
Well, welcome everyone to Dan's Diary, the house build. I'm glad to be making this video because there was a time in the week I didn't think I would be, and I think it's going to be a short one because I caught a bug. Oh, did I catch a bug? You see, what's been happening is the pond water filter still leaks, even though I put it inside that plastic container, you know. So I've been having to drain it with a tube. That's the offending trouble. So every now and then, when this gets to somewhere here, I'll get the tube out and I'll fill that and I'll throw it back in the pond. Well, what I've been doing is putting one end of the tube in the water, one end in my mouth, and over Saturday and Sunday last week, I was breathing the fumes of the water and the vapour into my lungs and getting the water in my mouth. Although I'd spit it out, I didn't swallow any. It was still covered in slimy bacteria and goodness knows what else. And on Sunday night I started to develop a sore throat and a cough. And by Monday it was horrific. Oh, I thought I was dying, couldn't breathe, I had a dry cough. It was really bad. So what I tend to do is just go to bed and sleep and hope that regenerates my body a bit. So I slept all day Monday, all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. I didn't get out of bed. I didn't eat anything either. Just didn't feel hungry. So by Thursday, which was yesterday, I think today's Friday, hold on a minute. No, you'll have to excuse me, it's today, Thursday. Today's my first day out of bed. Really. I'm told it rained. I'm told the guys worked in the garden, but generally speaking I didn't. I lay there on my deathbed, and it was a close thing. Went to the doctors when I could finally get out of bed this morning, and he's given me some medicines. I started to take it this morning, and I feel that, to be honest with you, I've only taken 2 tablets and I'm feeling a little bit better. So long may that continue. So as a result, I didn't get any video for the whole week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So let's go and have a look at what they've done, and hopefully we can continue from there. I know tomorrow, Friday, Bong is coming, the fish guy. He's going to put those 3 filters in. I've got my fingers crossed they're going to be working okay with no leaks. But in the meantime, let's have a look down here and see what's happening. Oh, you can probably tell by my laboured breath that I'm having difficulty breathing. hurts my chest when I stand up and move. So I'm going to do this quickly and then go and sit down again. Well, he's enjoying himself over there. We're doing a cast of a column base there. Over here, ooh, look at what's happened over here, ladies and gents. We've got formwork's been laid to there. We've poured the bottom tie beam. Tie beam down the bottom over there. We've got some pipe in there to dispense the water pressure from the back. That blockwork has got bars vertically and horizontally. So that's what's happened so far. Isn't that good? We've had a dog that's been climbing up here at night, upsetting my bins. So I've told the boys when they go just to put some of that cladding across. There you go, he's working away. So I think the next one we have is an intermediate beam that goes across, then more block work, then a top one. Yep, progressing well, I think. That was all I did, a quick walk round, show you the garage, show you the guys, and I'm now out of breath, I mean seriously out of breath, and sweating like a pig. So I'm not over it by any reasoning known to man. So bear with me, I feel this video is going to be rather short. Anyway, I'm going back to bed. What time is it? 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to have another sleep just to help my body get over it. But I can thoroughly recommend not siphoning dirty water and breathing it in through your mouth or your lungs. I found a way to do it now that doesn't involve that. You put the pipe, plastic pipe, well, this is the way I do it. Put the plastic pipe in water, and when you've got the pipe full of water, you put your fingers on the end of the pipe. So the water inside the pipe isn't going anywhere, it's not going to spill. Then you take it to wherever you want to drain. You put one end in the water with your finger still on the end, and you put the other end in the object that you want to drain it into, which is lower than the water surface. And then just release your fingers, and gravity does the rest. So there you go. That's how you do it without getting yourself into a hospital. My age, you've got to be careful. I certainly won't be doing that again. Anyway, enough about that. Let's have a rest and I'll show you what's happening on Friday. It's Friday, 5:15 p.m. in the evening, and I've just got out of bed feeling although I've had the medicines, I'm still feeling like death warmed up. So let's take a look at this together. I haven't seen it at all. Let's have a look, see what we've got. So the excavator's I think he's been doing something. I think he's been widening this trench. The trench has been widened, you can tell that. I think it's rained again today by the look of that. In fact, it has. I remember seeing it on the window. They've built a couple of the columns at the far end. They've put the formwork in. He's protected the back from the dog that comes in through that hole, because the wall's gone now. So that's kind of him. And we can see that formwork is now up to quite a height. But I don't see the middle beam. There's supposed to be one beam in the middle and one beam at the top. They've gone straight up with blockwork. So I'll raise that with the builder now. In fact, let me do it now. Okay, well, I've sent the message off to the builder. It's Friday, so I suppose he's working tomorrow, so he can come round and see it, can't he? Yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Right, so while the filter's off, I'll show you why in a minute. I've just rigged up the hose so it's flowing into the pond, aerating the water and giving it a water change at the same time. I'll leave it on for an hour or two. Right, let me show you the filter. Right, good morning everyone, Saturday morning. The news today, I've got two bits of news for you, both negative. We went to turn on this system this morning after the joints had time to harden, and I would say it was generally a success. Most of them were okay except two, which are behind that drum there. So we've used some Bostik Vulcaseal, which is in that little can. It's excellent stuff, it's like rubber, but we've used that, and I'm going to let it harden for 2 days, although that's coming out at quite a pressure, so maybe I'll let it harden for 3 before I turn it on again. So that's the situation there. So all the rest of it's hardening, all the other joints seem to hold, although it wasn't on for a long time. It was only on for a relatively short time before we got the leak. So anyway, I'll tell you on Monday morning what my feelings are about this. Now, what have we got here? I've got some news for you. You see that black ribbon tied on the rebar up that column? Well, that point there is the same height as this earth, so that's the same height. So we were about to cast the next beam and then do some more blocks, and I looked at it and said, well, hang on a minute, there's not enough earth at the back that we can use as backfill. So let's lower this so we can put that earth in here and it's not ridiculous. And then maybe we can slope the ground, say from that barrel, slope it down to an appropriate height. So what we're doing now, we removed 2 courses of blockwork. We're now constructing the columns. We're constructing the beams that go from the back columns to the front columns, so it's all in one. So it'll all be poured contiguously. I think that's the right word. And then once they are done, we can then put that earth at the back and it should come up to let's say the top of that blockwork, leaving the beam exposed, which is fine. It acts as what does it act as? It acts as a barrier, acts as a warning sign for you if you accidentally go and walk down there, or you slip down there, you're not going to slip off the edge. It's not as high as it was, which is a safety feature. If anyone does fall over it, you can imagine falling from where that was there. I mean, that's halfway. It's like ridiculous height. You kill yourself. So it's going to be 6 blocks high, backfilled, the beam on top, and all that earth stacked behind it. There is a row of holes at the bottom. It's hidden by that those blocks that were there. They've been smashed up into rubble, so that will act as a method of stopping the soil blocking the pipes. Acts as big lumps of hardcore, doesn't it? So if the water does go down that far, that'll stop the soil from washing through. And then what they were saying is, on the other side of this, we'll just connect the pipes. Then this lot behind it can be stepped. All of that can go behind here, and we can step it down to the wall at the back. A nice gradient here. Yeah, I think that's best. There's no point going stupid, is there? Stupid high. I don't want, you can't see it from the house, but it's, you know, why do I want a 20-foot wall at the end of my garden with 8 of it sticking out of the ground? I don't, do I? I just want it smaller retaining wall as possible, just poking out above the ground. I can put some lights on there, some solar powered lights. Oh, there's the first bucket of concrete going in. Yeah, smooth operation. Michael Jackson would be proud, wouldn't he? Oops, he'd be proud of that. Right then, I'm going to leave you with that because you know what, I'm still deathly ill. I'm taking the tablets. I've started to eat, but I'll be honest with you, just mouse sized proportions, and I've got this ache in my stomach all the time. I'm still coughing. Thank God I'm not in a coffin. It's more, but I don't know. I'm not feeling 100% at all. I'm not even feeling 30%. I couldn't. I'll tell you how bad it is. You see, down there, if I was to walk down there and come back, I would be lying in bed for two days. It's constantly like I've run a marathon. Not that I've ever run a marathon, but I've run a marathon, and then to recuperate, I'm breathing through a straw. That's the feeling. I tell you, that's the feeling I've got now. And all I've done is gone to the garage and over there. So there's something wrong. I don't know what it is. The doctor just said, take these tablets, you'll be all right. Had an X-ray. Said I had. I was quite impressed with this. He said I had the lungs of a man twice my age. And they also put this meter thing on my finger, and it read 93%, which I thought was good, until she said that's measuring, I don't know how it does it, that's measuring oxygen in your body. It should be 100. So I don't know whether that's good or bad. 93 for a man of my age. Is that good? Is it bad? What's the range? Is it 93 to 100 is good? Or is it just 100? Is it bad is 98%? Nearly dead is 95? She didn't elaborate anymore. But 93%. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments. So if I'm alive to read them, I look forward to seeing you lot next week. I know it's only been about the fish tank. I know it's only been about the retaining wall. But I've lost 2 members this week. It's not good, is it? 2 people couldn't take the pressure. Can't blame them really, can you? Right, so best of luck for next week. Hope everything goes okay. Hopefully we'll get some progress on that back wall next week. Hopefully my fish will be having a filter. I don't suppose 2-3 days without a filter is going to do any harm. And he was supposed to drop me off a couple of the fish that eat all the slime, but he forgot. Guess he was here again this morning, just to see the inaugural switch, and then it all poured with water out the back of one of those barrels. So may you have a fantastic life. See you next week, and I love you all. Oh, thank God I'm going back to bed. Oh, I'm knackered.